I'm doing some meal prep for the week ahead with some of my favorite power foods, quinoa, kale, and sweet potatoes. Let me show you how I do it. I have a few bunches of Tuscan kale and about 1.5 pounds of sweet potatoes that we'll chop up and roast in some olive oil, salt, and pepper. And then I have a cup of quinoa that will boil off in some savory mushroom stock. All right, let's put it all together. I'm starting off with preheating the oven to 400 degrees and also putting a little olive oil on our baking sheets and then just spreading it around with clean hands. We'll throw our cut vegetables on these in just a moment, and this will help distribute the olive oil a little bit better. I have about 1.5 tablespoons on each sheet. I'm just dicing our sweet potato into roughly 1-inch chunks. I'm also not bothering to peel them. I like the peel, but you could do that first if you like. And then we'll get on to our kale. On the home stretch with the last of our kale, sometimes the stems can be a little bit thick, so just peel the leaf off of that stem to avoid that woodiness. But if they're small enough, like these little baby guys, you can still just chop right through. And I'm just giving every bit of this kale about a 1-inch slice through. Okay, we've got our kale and our sweet potatoes chopped up into 1-inch pieces. We're going to give them a toss in that olive oil on the pan. Get a little bit of salt and pepper over top and into our 400-degree oven for about 30 to 40 minutes, and I'll give them a toss halfway through. Begin with clean hands. Let's make sure that it picks up that oil on the bottom of the pan and try and get it in roughly one even layer, not too crowded because we don't want it to steam the vegetables but really roast them. Same with our sweet potatoes. Alright, just giving our quinoa a wash. If you're not familiar with quinoa, you need to wash it before you cook it because it has a bitter resin on the outside. And one of these mesh strainers is great for that, but if you don't have one of those, a regular colander lined with some paper towel can really get you there. Okay, for this quinoa recipe, it's simply 1 cup of washed quinoa. We're going to add 2 cups of water. We're just putting all this together in a cold pan. And then to give it a little bit of flavor, I'm adding a mushroom base, so it's going to boil away in a nice mushroom stock. And for this amount, I'm adding about 2 teaspoons of this mushroom stock base. We'll put a lid on it and put it on the stove, bring it up to a boil, and then just let it simmer partially covered until all of the water is absorbed. Okay, everything is done, and typically I'd let all of these items cool a bit and then divide them into thirds and put them in separate containers for the week with a mix of the quinoa and the sweet potato, and essentially what we made was kale chips over top. They'll soften a little bit, but they're also adding a little different texture, and it's just terrific. I'll put one together for you right now so you really know what it looks like. Bit of our quinoa. A nice amount of our sweet potatoes, so delicious, and some of the kale over top. So great. If you want to add a few more additions, some things that I love are some pistachios or maybe some dried cranberries, even some slices of avocado can brighten it up through the week. But right now it's fresh and delicious, and I can't wait to dig in. I hope you try these quinoa power meals at home, and I hope you enjoy.